What's up, broskies? ROM here. This is my first vlog about getting into the world of gaming and esports video content. Now, for those of you into Hearthstone, I'm actually going to be opening 40 packs while I do this video log, as you can see. And I'm going to be building a warrior deck today. I've been wanting to build it for a while. It's quite an expensive deck. I'm pretty new to Hearthstone, only been playing a couple of weeks. So I still need a lot of cards, and there's a lot of legendaries in this deck. So I'm going to be doing that after this vlog. Upload those videos as well. You know, if you're not into Hearthstone, well, I'll talk a little bit about the cards that come out. Not too much. The focus of this is the vlog, but maybe I'll get you excited about the game if I draw some legendaries or some really cool gold cards. So let's begin with this video log. This is video log number 1. I'll open a pack as we go here as well. So in Hearthstone, actually, you can peek behind the cards and see what you have. See, there's a blue halo effect, so you know it's a rare card. So we get a golden common. This is nice. It's always nice to get gold cards, of course, but in every pack there is a rare. So while I open a few of these packs, you know, I want to give you a bit of a background. Let me just turn that sound down a little bit about me. In case you're interested, in case you want to know where I come from, what I'm getting into. I have a background in science and a graduate degree. I also have a 2-year diploma in television broadcasting, so it's natural that I would be kind of drawn to streaming. Twitch is kind of a new platform that's come around and it's still in its early phases, I think, but I think its growth rate has been kind of impressive. So, there's an epic, an ice block, which is nice. Purple is epic. Yeah, so I'm really into sort of strategic type things. I'm really into sort of metagame and gaming philosophy and that sort of thing. I've also been playing Blizzard games for about, geez, I don't even know, 15, 20 years. Starting, of course, with things like Warcraft, Diablo. Played the entire Diablo series. I played hardcore World of Warcraft during vanilla era. I was still playing Warcraft into the arena days. I never got super good at Warcraft. I did a bit of raiding. I was a good player, but never good at arena, really. I did play a lot, so there's an epic, Cabal Shadow Priest. Still looking for legendaries, though. Pretty much have all of the rare and epic cards. Then I got into StarCraft, and that was kind of... There's our first legendary Nat Pagal. I already have him, but it's nice to pick up. I will need the dust anyways. When you get a legendary that you've already had, you can disenchant it for dust, and then dust can be used to open other cards, sort of create other cards that you don't have. So it kind of gives you a way to sort of get the cards you need. So I was saying, yeah, I got really hardcore into StarCraft 2. I think that game is the most difficult game in the world because it has such intense physical requirement. Your hands must be super, super fast. Your brain must be incredibly intelligent and able to process so many decisions at once. It's a real-time strategy game where you're really managing a lot of different things at once. So nothing to write home about so far in the first 10 packs. And now, as you can see, I'm getting into Hearthstone, which is a card game. So Blizzard has finally been able to introduce a card game that sort of has all the elements of the other Blizzard games. So the cards are all representations of things we've seen in other Blizzard games. And that makes it really fun for people like me who've been growing up with these series and just know all of these sort of characters from previous games. And it really brings a nice synergy to the gaming and the Blizzard sort of genre. So a little bit more about me. When I was doing my most recent studies, I found it a little bit easy. It wasn't super demanding, so I had a lot of time to sort of spend reading other things, and I actually got really interested in the world of internet marketing. Purely because I think at first I was kind of greedy and it seemed like a place where people were making money. And I have found that a lot of internet marketing is kind of scammy, and we have these spammers and stuff like that. But I've also found that it actually isn't all that way. And in fact, internet marketing itself has kind of a bad connotation to it. But the truth is almost everything's related to internet marketing now. Because so much of what we buy is going to be online, if it isn't already. So much of the way we communicate is through online. And now there's all these new avenues to sort of market to people online. And basically soon everyone's going to be doing everything online. You heard recently Apple Pay is going to be start dominating. So there's going to be lots of people learning to sort of exchange money digitally. And so I really think internet marketing is a really important tool for everyone to sort of learn. And there's just a ton of resources out there. So kind of what I learned about internet marketing, I want to apply to sort of video game content producing, because truly at heart, I'm not an internet marketer. At heart, I'm a hardcore gamer and strategist. You know, I like to think and brainstorm and think about tactics and execution and sort of plan things out and plot them along the way. So that's kind of how it's going to play a role in all this. I'm going to kind of use my entire education from my broadcasting all the way up to sort of studies in strategy and philosophy, and now even using marketing to sort of use YouTube, websites. I learned how to make websites. I've been doing that for quite a long time. So yeah, everything's kind of flowing kind of nicely. I do have quite a bit of time to sort of work on this sort of stuff because my internet marketing businesses, which I set up, have been, being able to keep me afloat. And for those people who are interested in that sort of stuff, you can always email me or write to me and ask me what I know about that. That sort of content is not meant for here. This is all about gaming and that sort of thing. So this wouldn't be really a good video log if I didn't talk about some sort of milestone or goal setting. And a famous speaker and author, his name is Brian Tracy, he basically says that success in life is goals. Everything else is commentary. And we're still getting jump cards. And now that I've sort of wrapped up my education in full, I'm kind of sort of facing a lot more real world decisions, but yet also balancing the enlightenment I've received from education and all the studies I've done to sort of understand how the world is turning and how we must become sort of early adopters into certain things if we want to be successful. Because a lot of people fall into this trap of joining sort of consolidated industries, sort of like accounting, law. A lot of the professional industries have been around for far too long for you to sort of make a big impact. And so if you become a lawyer or an accountant right now, you can make decent cash, but you're never going to feel that sense of impact as far as an industry goes. It's very difficult. You're kind of just become more one sort of cog in a machine that runs really fucking well. Sorry, excuse my language. I do have some swearing on my channel. I don't mind it. If it bothers you, well, it's unfortunate. But I do think in the online space, language is something that's kind of lost its concern for sort of swear, and sort of these memes have really changed the way we kind of speak online. So I feel pretty casual about my language. Maybe I shouldn't. Time will tell. Anyways, I do know that I have such a strong tie to the video game community in the esports world. I mean, I've been obsessed about watching professional StarCraft for the last couple of years. Those guys, those Korean players are so amazing, their dedication to the game. And I truly believe esports is going to surpass the global interest of regular sports in a matter of 3 to 5 years. It's only at its infancy, but I've seen such viral growth in sort of video game sports entertainment because it's much more sustainable and it rewards sort of individuals rather than sort of these sort of entertainment conglomerates. It's much more about the single person. I mean, team sports is great, but we know teams are often just sort of a difficult place to find the true heart of an athlete. It gets lost in the team, and sometimes you don't get that experience. If you've ever sort of watched professional basketball and then seen college basketball, you do see a difference in the desire in the players, and sometimes the money that's going into regular sports, I feel, has sort of caused detriment to the overall quality of the sports. But I think esports sort of on the other end of that spectrum, and we're getting to see a lot more passion and great sort of games and enthusiasm that we haven't seen before, and I think people are always up for that sort of drama. And now I myself don't necessarily want to become a professional gamer. It's too late for that. I should have focused on a single game. And anyways, games change so quickly. It's a very difficult career to be a professional gamer. I'd rather support professional gamers and help them. Those who maybe are starting at 16 or 17 years old have a much better chance than me to sort of develop their eye-hand coordination, and overall strategy. I only sort of got into strategy in the last 3-4 years, and I'm already much too old to sort of be a pro gamer. So I can still help the community by creating content around these pro gamers, supporting them, promoting them, and sort of promoting the community in general. So that's kind of what I intend to do. And my goal officially is to produce. I do want to be a producer, someone who creates 1,000 gaming relating videos before 2016. So I'm giving myself about 13 months to get 1,000 videos out there. That's going to be like 3 to 5 games a day, not taking too many days off. It's not an easy goal. And I do believe I can reach it, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. But I think once I get in the groove, it will be possible. So that could be anything from pro game commentary, Hearthstone deck tech, let's plays, reviews, strategies, how-tos, and of course, video logs like this. Get a big game hunter. I already got 2 of those, so 20 more packs to go. You know, this really isn't just about me. If this was just about me, I would just go and get a professional career and make like $150,000, $200,000 and sort of buy things for myself and my family. But that's not really useful to society to me in a very grand way. And I guess just what I've experienced over is that we need less those type of people and more people who are thinking of sharing their skills in a way that provides wealth to a more broad spectrum of people. And definitely the gaming community is up for grabs as far as there's a need for thought leadership and role models and people to sort of push this entire community more towards the positive aspect of life, because a lot of gaming is created around entertainment that is somewhat negative, violence and stuff like that. Of course, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I'm not super opposed to these games, but we have to make sure there's a positive influence coming into the gaming community, because a lot of these people are in the teenage years. I'm sure many viewers are right now, and you are such an influential group of people, because soon you'll be sort of running that tech generations, you know, the people in those jobs from 20s to 40s, they're all gamers. So it's incredibly important to access the gaming community if you have a message, and I certainly have that. And I think games such as StarCraft and Hearthstone are only as good as the community behind them. I think Magic the Gathering is a great example of that, of how a sustained community can really allow a game to survive for over a decade and maybe even 2. So pretty impressive stuff there. I mean, I was playing Magic the Gathering a long time ago when I was only, grade 3 and 4. And so I want to contribute a lot of resources primarily to the Blizzard communities, because that's the games I've mostly played. And I'm also going to be creating some awesome content hub pages. For anyone who knows about websites and internet marketing, you know it's very good for things like search engine optimization and content marketing to have really good quality information on your website. So rombombomb.tv, that's my website. I will be putting a lot of really cool resources, build orders, deck tech, sort of VODs and casting that I do over there. You'll also be able to access the live stream really easily. But primarily, Hearthstone is what I'm going to be focusing on. It's the right game for me to focus on primarily because it has a large community. Anyone can play and get started quickly. It's easy to commentate. And I think I can bring a nice amount of analysis and color to the matches. I hope you notice that, I'm quite fluent in speaking on the camera. I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing a little bit of acting, so I do have fun on the camera. I think I'm the right guy to do it, so I really want to help people learn and be entertained at the same time. Education, entertainment, enlightenment, those 3 E's, always so important. That's all I wanted to say in this vlog, so I'm going to finish out these packs. We should be getting at least 1 more legendary here. I'll be uploading video logs from time to time on this channel, because maybe you might want to see how I'm progressing with my single goal of 1,000 videos. And I'm sure if you're enjoying this video log, you'll definitely enjoy sort of the 1,000 videos that I'm in the process of creating. And of course, they're going to be terrible at first, like getting the production. There's a nice golden common, Soul of the Forest. Always nice to get golden cards. They look so cool. If you didn't realize it, golden cards actually have a constant animation where you see these cards, they're sort of fixed images. The golden ones have sort of animated images, which is really awesome. I mean, gold cards are certainly only for like lore and fans. It's not really about serious gaming or anything, but it's still cool. And I think Hearthstone added a nice touch there. Here's an epic, a pyroblast, good stuff. I know it seems like I don't get too excited about these cards because I have most of them. It's only legendaries you're searching for, and even then it's hard to get a good legendary. The truth is you're going to end up crafting most of the cards you really need. If you want to get serious about Hearthstone, it's probably going to cost you. And there's the Black Knight legendary. I sadly already have it. It's going to cost you a couple $100 to sort of pick up all the cards you want to have competitive decks. And sadly, that's the truth about a lot of card games. You have to spend money. Although you can have a fun time playing Hearthstone with absolutely free decks, and you can win a lot of games too. Actually, my wife, her gamertag's Cass, she won plenty of games just using a basic deck. And yeah, it's totally not necessary to spend money. If you want to start competing and going to tournaments, though, you'll definitely need it. And I do plan to play a few tournaments to kind of get that feeling and sort of playing tournament games so I can compensate on pro games, because I definitely want to get into commentary. I mean, right now we see sort of a few commentators that are out there in the Hearthstone scene. They're really good, actually. But this game is going to survive 5, 8, 10 years. And if I can be involved in this community for the next few years, I'm like so pumped up about that. Just to be a part of something like that. And the gaming world is just flying up the charts, you know, up into the right, you know what I'm saying? So it's going this way, you know? Profits all day long, everybody's happy, more people playing. And I know there's a bad connotation about video games sometimes, or a bad sort of idea around it, what video games is, and it's not that productive. But I'm gonna have some videos coming in the future to actually argue the exact opposite of that. I do believe that gamers are some of the most productive people. It just really depends on what output you're asking for. If you're asking for factory outputs, yeah, video gamers aren't necessarily doing that much. But there's other metrics that we can sort of consider and sort of make arguments for the benefits of gaming and how it just affects society as a whole. You're gonna get a lot of video game philosophy on this channel. Okay, that's all I had to say. Let's see how long this video has gone. 16 minutes, that's about 15 minutes longer than it should be. I promise you my other videos will be much shorter. I do believe good videos are 3 to 4 minutes. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested. This is the biggest video for the first couple weeks, so it's important to get a lot of info out there. Thanks for staying tuned. If you want to catch me on Twitter and know when I do really cool stuff and upload awesome stuff, at RomBombBomb.tv. Of course, RomBombBomb.tv is the website. I'm out, yo. See you around.